from Chateau. I think he has like two more, and he numbered them like 2000 and 2003 or something like that. There's about roughly 200, and he started numbering things. And there's multiple threes and multiple sevens, but maximum number 463 is important. Do not underestimate the rapidity with which a woman will jettison her conventional male criteria when exposed to the attentions of a charismatic man. And I was really surprised that this made it all the way to like one of the last. I think there's like two after this, one of the last two, because this is foundational. Charisma will override just about any. It's why you see felons banging out girls that know better. It's why you see short men do well. It's why you see broke men do well. All the things that don't logically make sense, like the one girl talking, he's got to be 6'5", blue eyes, and finance. She's fucking a guy that's 5'4" with brown eyes, and he works at Jiffy Lube. She doesn't know why. And as we always say, when guys show up with charisma, and the girl ends up with him, and you'll hear girls say it all the time. They'll be like, "Yeah, he's not my regular type, but man, there's just something about him." And so what she's describing is charisma. If you know it when you see it, and sometimes it has to be that way. But a lot of girls will date guys that are like, she'll never date anybody like under 6'2", and then she marries a guy who's 5'5". I don't know. I always dated tall guys. There's just something about him. It's also why you can see horrendously unattractive men with beautiful women. There's just something about him. And you will be shocked. I mean, literally, when I say shit gets thrown right out the window, it's immediate. A girl meets a guy that has some game, some charisma. It's so rare that everything, all of her criteria, her 367 bullet point list in her head that she had of what is required to fuck her goes right over her shoulder, out the window, never to be considered ever again while this guy's in front of her, because that's how much an interesting, aloof, and indifferent, selfish, self-centered, narcissistic man can turn a girl on. She can forget all about what she was interested in or thought she was interested in at first. Again, it is instantaneous how fast they throw out everything they've ever thought before and will focus in on a man who has game. You give her some attention. You have charisma. It's so rare. We think it's common because we're in this world and we see it all the time, and you see examples of it, and you see guys running game, and we talk about it, we trade notes, and we think it's normal, but it's extremely, extremely rare. So when it does show up in a girl's life, she will throw out her 367 bullet point requirement for having fast sex. And that's why these guys, we always talk about, we've never gone to a third date. You're banging 80% of the girls that you meet, because it's so rare and your experiences are so unusual to the regular guy who doesn't even know what charisma is or game, that it sounds like science fiction. And when we describe it, it's why people object to it. They say, "Oh, that's not real. That's impossible." Because what we see and what happens when women are in the presence of a charismatic man or a man who's running game, it's completely different than anything they've ever seen. And when they do see it, they go, "Oh, he must have money." And very rarely does he have any money at all. It's charisma. Keep in mind, maximum number 463 is pivotal. Do not underestimate the rapidity with which a woman will jettison her conventional mate criteria when exposed to the attentions of a charismatic man. And the way she will describe it, as her friends are like, "You're with him right now?" And she'll be like, "Yeah, he's not really my type. There's just something about him." And that something is charisma and game, which is learned charisma. So next slide.